One of the big topics for this week's G7 summit in Germany is climate change, but it's a country not on the G7 that could have the biggest impact on that issue: China. China's the largest emitter of carbon dioxide in the world, and as such has commitments when it comes to cutting greenhouse gases, commitments it might be on course to meeting. That's according to research from the London School of Economics, which says the country is set to level off emissions by 2025, if not earlier, 5 years ahead of its current goal of 2030. China committed to that goal in a joint deal with the U.S., which at the time critics alleged
requires the Chinese to do nothing at all for 16 years. While these carbon emission regulations are creating havoc.
But China has more motivation to cut back its emissions than just an agreement, because it stands to bear the brunt of catastrophic climate change. China's agricultural sector has already seen some of the effects of warming, with the country's north suffering increasingly severe droughts over the past years. There's also China's most publicized environmental problem, air pollution. In 2010 alone, polluted air reportedly led to the premature deaths of more than 1.2 million people in China, as much as 13% of GDP and costs.
At the same time, they've got exposure to the climate change problem, and they're worried about their energy security issues. So they've been looking to diversify their energy sources. That means getting off the fossil fuels.
It's a priority China seems to realize, as its officials have spoken to that effect, and it's invested heavily in renewable energy. 6 of the top 10 manufacturers of solar panels are based in China, and the country leads the world in solar panel installations as well. That's just one part of what the London School of Economics report called China's turn away from the unsustainable growth of the past 3 decades. China's new normal will need to foster a dynamic process of structural transformation in which sustainable growth, energy security, a clean environment, and a steep decline in emissions all reinforce one another. But how exactly China aims to implement that growth pattern won't be known for sure until it reveals its next 5-year plan, set to start in 2016. For Newsy, I'm Sebastián Martínez.